But the idea is to grow it. So how do we grow it? You know, that's the thing. So we give your original question. Yes, the objective is to grow it. So I'm looking at, you know, that's, you know, why I want to meet with you day one when you first called me. Like, hey, this is one more way we can get the word out there, you know, and also to separate. Somebody got to let them know this is not private policing. You're disrespecting our mission. And if you hired Blackwater, you're not going to get this. That's what they're thinking. They're like, we'll just get the special forces guys and hire them. And no, it'll be worse than police. And I've said that in the major media. I've said that if you hire private security and have them act like police, it'll be worse. It'll be a lot worse. You will wish for police. It'll be just like RoboCop. It'll be just like that. And people accuse us of being like RoboCop. They're like, you guys got the same symbol. You have the uniforms, the vests. Only thing is we don't.
Where you got that from? Is that from RoboCop?
No.
I was gonna say shit.
It looks like they're like, it's RoboCop.
It looks like it's very close to the one that they used.
And if you look at the last RoboCop, they're like, these guys are like, we're protectors of the community. The security people are like, we're protectors of the community. We're helping little kids, and it looks like us. But we do not do any evictions, even though they're legal. We don't do anything that's, you know, there's a lot of things I don't do. Bounty hunting. We don't do evictions. We don't do, it's just, you know, things like that. Everything we do has to be positive, some positive functional purpose. I understand you're supposed to pay the rent, but they can't. I don't want to be the one that throws them out. Or my organization. I don't want any parts of that. So you will have to hire some mercenaries to throw women and children and old people out of their homes because they couldn't pay you. So we don't get involved in that. We know it can be lucrative or whatever. We just don't get involved in that.
Does the sheriff's department here usually handle that sort of thing? Or?
Crackheads under the tutelage and auspices of sheriff's department.
Wow.
Yeah.
So not even police employees?
No, and then they take stuff. Like fundamental items from the home. Like heating and cooling units and, yeah.
Cobbler.
The police have been caught doing that too.
Yeah, probably a nice little raise.
The police officer should start off, first of all, the police officer should study. They should have to have at least a 5-year degree. And I don't mean a degree like as in calculus and, you know, trigonometry or some foolishness. I'm talking about a degree in, and not in criminal justice, but in public safety. It should be focused on all the things that make society safe. 5-year degree, start off at $100,000 a year plus bonuses. Now, there's no more officers thinking about money. They're thinking about how to maintain that high level of financial performance. Therefore, you get a highly motivated, highly skilled, highly intelligent person rushing up to you to see if you need help or if you know where their bad guys at, because you know their performance paid. And the person with the firearm and the authority needs to be the highest performer in our society. After all, we're asking them to do the most high performance thing you could ever do. We're asking them to go into extraordinarily dangerous situations with no intel. You don't know what's there, how many people, what kind of weapons are there. Only a superhero can do that. But you're asking law enforcement officers to do that. Okay, fine. Then you need to give them armored vehicles. They need to have the best body armor. They need to have the best types of weapons and mostly non-lethals. There's so many different types of non-lethal weapons you can get now. They have extraordinary non-lethal weapon technologies for law enforcement. They have one that's a taser at the bottom of a shotgun, connected, that shoots a shock round. It shoots people, shocks them, and drops them without killing them. And it has a taser at the bottom, or it can actually be a pistol at the bottom, connected to the bottom of the shotgun. So they have non-lethal options with a large bore weapon, with no killing.
And as the technology gets better, of course, it seems that you guys are pioneering. It's a very bold step to move in the direction of going non-lethal. But, police employees, I think, have a hesitancy for that because the control mentality and wanting to dominate.
Yes, and then also they believe that fatal force equals fatal force. They have a belief system that's set in stone. If someone tries to kill you, you kill them better. And my experience has taught me that's not necessary. My experience has taught me it's a wrong thinking to think that you have to use fatal force against fatal force scenarios. Police should be armed with smoke, so if someone's shooting a sniper, they should be able to throw smoke. The vehicle can release smoke, however you want to do it, because you can't shoot if you can't see. But no one's ever thought of that. They do have access to smoke. They just never thought officers in the field should have the smoke. But they should.
As far as moving, you said by the turn of the new year you want to have your organization be completely non-lethal.
Completely, yes.
Is there certain technologies that of recent have enabled you to do that?
There's just so many, and we're just trying to narrow down, and I'm looking at the different characteristics and seeing which ones are best, and then I'm going to make that transition January 1. How you doing today? So January 1, from that day forward, no personnel in my organization will be carrying lethal force firearms that have actual ballistic capacity to kill. And we won't be switching to things that could kill if you hit them in the face. So a wooden baton won't kill you unless you hit him in the head. Okay, that's still lethal technology. That's not what I'm talking about. Tasers still kill, so that's not what I'm talking about. So it can't be a taser, because tasers still kill lots of people. And if you have non-compliant, non-taser compliant pepper spray, you can catch people on fire and kill them. Which is a technique that's being used, by the way, as an accidental.
The pepper spray is flammable?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently. And so it says, it's supposed to say taser compliant on their pepper spray if they carry tasers, because you'll spray and you shoot them that and they just light up on fire.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's all by accident. Is it an accident if you already know? No, it's negligence at best. Criminal negligence if you know and you knew it was going to harm someone and you still did it anyway. And that's what my point is, that, your point, there's no accountability.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, there has to be, if you want consistent human performance, the human performance triad that I teach requires 3 things: consistent monitoring, reward, and punishment. If any one of those 3 things are missing, then that is a level of deviation you should expect.